Okay, Wildcat. So we're going to have 4. Thunder. Solving problems with rational equations. The student works 1 and 2. All right, let's take a look at the next page. Getting started. The golden ratio. The ancient Greeks thought certain rectangles in art and architecture were much more pleasing to the eye than others. When the ratio of the sum of the lengths and the widths to the lengths is approximately 1.618, they felt the rectangle was perfectly proportionate. The ratio came to be known as the golden ratio. 1. Draw and describe the length and width of one rectangle with dimensions that are in the golden ratio. A rectangle with a length of 2 inches and a width of 1.236 inches is in the golden ratio. All right, let's take a look at the next page. Activity 4.1. Writing equations to solve problems. A door-to-door salesperson for TV Bonanza Cable Company offers cable television for $55.95 per month. However, there is a one-time installation cost of $180. 1. Determine the total cost of cable for the first 2 months. What is the average cost per month over the first 2 months? Total cost for the first 2 months is $55.95 plus $55.95 plus $180. So let's go ahead and come over to Desmos, and let's go ahead and calculate that. So that's 55.95 plus 55.95 plus 180, which is $291.90. Okay, so the average cost would be $291.90 divided by 2. So let's go ahead and do that. So which is $145.95. 2. Determine the total cost of cable for the first year. What is the average cost per month over the first year? Total cost for the first year is 12 months times $55.95 plus 180. So let's go ahead and use Desmos to calculate that. It is $851.40. The average cost would be $851.40 divided by 12. Which is $70.95. Write an equation to represent the total cost of cable for X months. The equation is y equals $55.95 X plus 180. 4. Write an equation to represent the average monthly cost of cable for X months. Use technology to graph your equation and sketch it on a coordinate plane. The equation is y equals $55.95 X plus 180 divided by X. 5. A competitor offers a similar product for $65 per month and no installation charges. Who is offering the better deal? Use your graph to approximate the solution and then verify algebraically. Show you all work and explain your reasoning. So that equation is y equals 65x plus 0 divided by x. All right, so to find out when the deal is better, we need to go ahead and graph this in Desmos. All right, before I do anything else, I need to adjust the window to match the paper. So -40, 240, -80, 280. All right, now let's go ahead and graph the TV Bonanza. So that's y equals divide 55.95x plus 180 divided by x, and y equals the competitors, which is 65x plus 0 divided by x. So you can see here that the competitor's deal is better up until 19.89, which was around to 20 months. At that point, Tiva Bonanza is a better deal. Okay. So the competitor's deal is better for the first 20 months. After 20 months, the cost for TV Bonanza is lower. All right. We're not going to graph it on the paper because it doesn't make much sense given the grid we're given. So let's go ahead and move on to the next page. All right, go ahead and mark out that page. All right. A common misconception is that you can determine how far away a storm is by measuring the time between thunder and lightning. In reality, though, the time between seeing lightning and hearing thunder is a function of both distance and temperature. The time between seeing lightning and hearing thunder is represented by the function time equals distance divided by 1.09 times temperature plus 1050, where d is the distance in feet between the observer and the lightning, and r is the temperature in Fahrenheit. 7. If the temperature outside is 70 degrees Fahrenheit and you count 3 seconds between the thunder and the lightning, approximately how far is the storm? Show all your work and explain your reasoning. So substituting these values into this equation, we get 3 equals d divided by 1.09 times 70 plus 1050. At this point, we can cross multiply. So d times 1 is d equals 3 times this. Let's just go ahead and put that in parentheses. We can use Desmos. So 3 times 1.09 times 70 plus 1050 is 3, 7. Let's go ahead and round to a whole number. 9 feet away. So the storm is 3,379 feet away. Let's take a look at 8. If the temperature is 80 degrees Fahrenheit and you estimate half a second between thunder and lightning, how far away is the storm? Show all your work and explain your reasoning. So we plug those numbers again into this equation, and then we cross multiply and solve. So then you get 1 times d is d, and then we're going to multiply this. Which, to save some time, all we have to actually is just going to be better if we just retype it in just so we don't make a mistake. 0.5 times 1.09 times 80 plus 1050. Let's go ahead and round to a whole number. So is 569. So the storm is 569 feet away. Let's take a look at 9. On a 60-degree Fahrenheit day, what is the time between thunder and lightning when the storm is directly overhead? Show all work and explain your reasoning. If the storm is directly overhead, the distance is 0. So the equation is time equals 0 divided by 1.09 times 60 plus 1050, which equals 0. So the time is 0 seconds. All right, go ahead and finish it up. All right, let's take a look at the next page. All right, go ahead and mark out that page. All right, go ahead and mark off this problem. 15. Manuel is considered joining a local gym. Joining the gym costs $30 each month, plus $2 per hour for using the basketball courts. They also allow people who are not members of the club to use the courts for $7 per hour. If he joins the gym, how many hours would he have to play before the average cost is less than $7 per hour? So we have $30 plus $2 per hour, which is, we want to know when it's less than $7 per hour. Okay, and then we're going to solve. So then we subtract 2h from both sides. It cancels. You get 30 less than 7h minus 2h is 5h. Divide both sides by 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6, less than h. So the hours has to be greater than 6. So Manuel would have to play more than 6 hours of basketball each month. All right, let's take a look at the next page. Activity 4.2, methods for solving rational equations. A rational equation is an equation that contains one or more rational expressions. There are multiple methods you can use to solve rational equations. Depending on the structure of the equation, some methods will be more efficient than others. Number 1, solve the equation. So we're going to solve by cross multiplying. So x plus 2 times x plus 1 equals x plus 5 times x minus 5. Okay, now we're going to FOIL. X times x is x squared. X times 1 is plus 1x. 2 times x is plus 2x. 2 times 1 is plus 2. Equals x times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. 5 times x is plus 5x. 5 times negative 5 is minus 25. Okay. Now we combine terms, so that's x squared. 1x plus 2x is plus 3x plus 2 equals, cancels. So then you get x squared minus 25. We can subtract x squared from both sides. Cancels. You're left with 3x plus 2 equals negative 25. We're going to subtract 2 from both sides. You get 3x equals negative 27. Divide both sides by 3. X equals negative 9. All right, go ahead and finish it up. All right, let's take a look at the next page. All right, go ahead and mark out that page. Go ahead and mark off C and D. Take a look at 3. Solve 2x plus 4 divided by x squared minus 2x minus 8 equals x plus 1 divided by x minus 4. So we're going to cross multiply. So you get 2x plus 4 times x minus 4 equals x plus 1 times x squared minus 2x minus 8. Now we can factor this out by 2, so that it becomes 2 times x plus 2 times x minus 4 equals x plus 1 times, we can factor this. We know x and x is x squared. Okay, now we need to figure out what numbers multiply to give you negative 8 combined to be negative 2. Since the middle number is negative, the bigger number is negative. So 1 times negative 8 is negative 8. 1 minus 8 is negative 7. Doesn't work. Okay. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. We have negative 8, negative 2, so our factors are x plus 2, x minus 4. Now, the reason why we factor everything is because we're going to do this. We can divide both sides by x plus 2. And remember, anything divided by itself is 1. So this is 1, this is 1. We can divide both sides by x minus 4. Again, anything divided by itself is 1. So this is 1, this is 1. So you're left with 2 equals x plus 1. Subtract 1 from both sides. 1 equals x. All right, go ahead and finish it up. All right, let's take a look at the next page. All right, go ahead and mark that out. All right, number 5, solve the equation. So we're going to do this one a little differently. We're going to factor everything in the denominator. So that's 10. This factors would be x times x minus 2 plus 1 divided by x equals 3 divided by x minus 2. Now, the least common divisor is x times x minus 2. Okay, what we're going to do is multiply everything by that, and then we'll get rid of the fraction. So we're going to multiply everything times x minus 2. So when we multiply that, it becomes 10 times x minus 2 divided by x times x minus 2 plus x times x minus 2 divided by x equals 3x times x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. Okay, well, this divided becomes 1, this divided becomes 1, divided becomes 1, divided becomes 1. So we're left with 10 plus x minus 2 equals 3x. Okay, we're going to subtract 1x from both sides. Cancels. 10 minus 2 is 8 equals 2x. Divide both sides by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So x equals 4. All right, go ahead and finish it up. All right, let's take a look at the next page. All right, mark that page out. The teacher solves A, B, C, and D. Okay, so for A, we're going to cross multiply. So 12 times 1 is 12 equals, let's go ahead and put that in parentheses, negative 2 times x plus 5 is negative 2 times x plus 5. So then we get 12 equals negative 2x minus 10 So then we're going to add 2x to both sides. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Oh, almost made a mistake. We're going to add 10 to both sides. 12 and 10 combined to be 22 equals negative 2x. Divide both sides by negative 2. 22 divided by negative 2 is negative 11 equals x. All right, go ahead and finish that up. All right, let's take a look at B. Now here we can see the common denominator is 12, so I'm going to multiply everything by 12. Okay, so that becomes 12 times x minus 5 divided by 3 equals 12 times x minus 38 divided by 12 minus 12x divided by 4. Well, 12 divided by 3 is 4 times x minus 5 equals, that becomes 1, x minus 38 minus 3x. Okay, we're going to distribute, so 4x minus 20 equals, we can go and combine 1x minus 3x is minus 2x minus 38. We're going to add 2x to both sides. You get 6x, and then we're going to add 20 to both sides. That cancels. You get equals, that cancels. Negative 38 and 20 is negative 18. Divide both sides by 6. X equals negative 3. All right, go ahead and finish that up. All right, let's take a look at C. Okay, we're going to cross multiply, so that becomes 2 times x squared minus 5x equals 8x times 4 is 32x. Okay, we're going to distribute, so you get 2x squared minus 10x equals 32x. We're going to subtract 32x from both sides. You get 2x squared minus 42x equals 0. We can factor out a 2x from both, which leaves x minus 21 equal to 0. So we set 2x equal to 0, x minus 21 equal to 0. Divide both sides by 2, x equals 0. Add 21 to both sides. You get x equals 21. All right, go ahead and finish that up. All right, let's take a look at D. So we're going to, again, cross multiply, so we get x squared plus 2x minus 35 equals 5 times x minus 5. Let's go ahead and factor this. 2 parentheses equals, let's leave that as 5 times x minus 5. Now we know x and x makes x squared. Now we need to figure out what numbers multiply to give you negative 35 combined to be positive 2. Since the middle number is positive, the bigger number is positive. So negative 1 times 35 is negative 35. Negative 1 plus 35 is 34. That doesn't work. Negative 2 doesn't work. Negative 3 doesn't work. Negative 4 doesn't work. Negative 5 times positive 7 is negative 35. Negative 5 plus 7 is 2. That works. So our factors are x minus 5, x plus 7. We can divide both sides by x minus 5. That divides becomes 1. You get x plus 7 equals 5. Subtract 7 from both sides. X equals negative 2. All right, go ahead and finish that up. All right, let's take a look at the next page. Go ahead and mark that page out. The student solves E, F, G, and H. Go ahead and mark this page out. The student solves I, J, K, and L. Go ahead and mark that out. You can go ahead and mark this entire page out. And you can mark this page out. Go ahead and start working on your assignment and have a wonderful Wildcat day.